Howdy, everybody. Thank you for taking the opportunity to tune in for this. I'm super pumped about the sermon that's going to be presented on Sunday. We're going to be in Deuteronomy chapter 9, and the sermon's going to be entitled, Who's the Boss? Because we can quickly find ourselves, right, pursuing money, sex, entertainment, drugs, all sorts of things, right? And then one day wake up and find that we're not the boss. The very things that we thought would serve us, that would make us feel better, that would add value to our lives, they rule over us instead. And so, fortunately for us, God doesn't want you to be ruled by those things. So we're going to be diving into that on Sunday. So invite your friends, invite your coworkers. Looking forward to that. We are having our time of prayer before the service at 9:40. We'd love to have you come join us for that as we hold hands and seek the Lord's face together. Some of you might have gotten an email last week from either me or Snap Pages or Subsplash, basically like the church's website. I was going through, our church has a chat function through the app and on our church's website. So I was like sending out invitations to some of you of which groups I thought you were in. So we have basically like an all-church chat. We have chats for the individual life groups, created chats kind of for like the ministry-specific groups like the worship team. And so if you clicked on that email, like it probably took you to the website and you were like, huh, what? Like that was you joining that chat. So you can find those chats on our website. There's a little blue icon down the right-hand corner that's got like two little rectangular boxes. It's like two messages. You click on that. It pulls up all the chats that are available, the ones that you're in and the ones that you're not. And so same thing on the app. If you open the app, on the top in the middle, there's the two-message icon. If you click on that, it pulls up the chats. And you can send messages to one another throughout the week. And so we're hoping to be able to utilize this more to help just deepen our relationships with one another and encourage one another throughout the week. So that's the email that you got if you were confused by that and we're like, what on earth is this? So you can join a group and click on it on the website or on the app. Some of them are closed group, like the life groups are closed groups, so that the leader will get a notification and they'll let you in. So that way there's a little bit more privacy in those groups, because the ones that are open chats anyone can join, technically you got to think of that as like you posting anything on the internet. So on the weekly update, I do have a link for the worship arts director position. If you know anyone that's still interested, we're fielding applications for that for the month of March, and we're going to start doing interviews here in April. So the link is there for that. There's also a link to join a life group. We've got 4 life groups running throughout the week. Monday nights at 7 as Jesse's group. Tuesdays at 1 o'clock is Sammy's group. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock is Steve's group. And Thursday nights at 7:30 is Young Adults. So we'd love to have you get plugged into one of those groups and just to be able to grow deeper in your relationship with God and be encouraged by one another as you pursue loving God and loving people here in SeaTac. We do have youth group on Thursday night at 5:30 here at the church. So youth, come prepared. We are putting together a group of people that like to be in a rotation to provide meals for our youth. So if you're interested in that, we got to sign up for that. Normally it's about 10 people as far as the level of food you're going to be preparing. And speaking of food, we're having our progressive dinner this weekend. So if you signed up for that, you should have got an email already with your information as to where you're going and whose house you're going to start at for your appetizer, and then we'll meet back here. So if this is the first you're hearing about it, we're full up on that. If you absolutely are just hearing about this now for the first time and you're like, oh, I really want to go to the progressive dinner, the 3-course meal in 3 different locations and dessert, you get call me, because you got to get a hold of me quickly. We might be able to sneak you in there last minute, right? But the roster is set for that one, but we're excited and looking forward to that. This Sunday after the service, we're going to be having our kind of an emergency member meeting. That way we can make an amendment to the budget so the elders have access to all the benevolence funds throughout the year, and that'll become standard practice for us moving forward. So that is after church this Sunday. March 25th, it's a Tuesday at 7 o'clock here at the church. We're having a social committee meeting. And just a couple other calendar things. On Saturday, April 26th, at 1 o'clock here at the church, that's going to be the celebration of life for Dolores Meisner. And then on the 5th Sunday of this month, March 30th, is a church potluck. So it's going to be after the service. We've got a sign-up sheet on the back table. So if you'd like to bring something to participate in that, it is not required that you bring something to participate in that. We will have plenty of food, whether you are able to contribute or not. So if you can't contribute, I don't want that to stop you from coming, staying, enjoying a meal, and getting to know one another more. So maybe you could invite one of your friends to come share that meal with us. That would be awesome. Prayer requests for the week. If you could just continue to be praying for Don and his family, that would be wonderful. For Rika and her family, one of the families that we've been reaching out to through the clothing boutique ministry. Kurt and Sandy Wolf. If you could be praying for the worship arts director job search, just as that's about to get underway, that the Lord would be guiding that person to us, and that we would find that person, right? Pray over our new life groups, as they're starting, that they would be able to help people, to have transformed lives, and that their friendships would be deepened as they encourage one another in that. So I think that's all I have for the weekly update this week. I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. Have a great week. God bless.